Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. It is 4:30. It's beautiful, sunny outside today. Very humid, hot, which means what? Thunderstorms tonight or this afternoon, one or the other. I don't know. I've been outside, but I didn't look up to see if there's any storm clouds impending. So, who knows? Had a doctor's appointment today. We'll talk about that when we come back, okay?
Check it.
Well, you'd think we'd start now, but I think first we're going to have to do this. If you didn't know. Okay, Be Encouraged, the 4:30 edition. I'm your host, Lee Bailey, and, we have stuff going on around the world, going on every day in every way. I have my wife is doing a wonderful, she's not live, but she was live. And then we've got people doing hammers on their bodies to make sure. And then I see this little meme and these two little kids are outside talking. And the little girl says, "That stupid teacher doesn't know anything about math, history, or English. And I'm sure I smelled vodka on her breath. Cheap vodka." The little boy says, "Stop it, Carol. Mom's trying her best." That's pretty good. Oh, I do like that one, actually. So, so lots of things going on, ladies and gentlemen, in the world. It's exciting for everyone to know that the world, it will spin around and around, whether we are helping it or not. How does that sound? So let's help it, folks. Let's get on the stick and help it out. What do you think of that? I think we should do that. I have lots of people throughout the transplant land. One lady, her name is Belisha Hill, transplant survivor. She is 17 years with her kidney. Awesome for her, no doubt about it. So, and then you got people that are just wandering around stores without masks, and they're wanting to know why people are making them wear a mask. So I don't see anybody wearing masks in this little picture I'm showing. Well, I don't know why. Anyway, so people are crazy. They don't understand. You got to wear a mask. How did you get in the store in the first place? No one knows. Probably intimidating people, yelling at them, screaming at them. But that's not how we work in the world. Things don't work that way. People think squeaky wheel gets the oil. Well, that's true. But you don't give oil to a squeaky wheel that's not going to stop squeaking, no matter how much oil you give it. You think that's true? I think that's definitely true. So people think just because they holler and they yell and try to intimidate people, they're going to get their way. But just like I said, they say the squeaky wheel gets the oil. But you know what? Some people, no matter how much oil you give them, they still squeak. You can put that down as a Lee Bailey quote. All right. Who all's out there today talking to me? I'd love for you to come on the program. Tora Arsala. Yes, I know, man. I know, Tora. No, Tora, it's okay. I want somebody who's not normally on the show to come on, and I'd like them to like and share as well. It's right up there. I was going to tickle it, but Anyway, so lots of people are tuning in, actually, on my page, and that's exciting to see. I hope that I can see who is tuning in. This is starting to get a little ominous, or Artemis. It's how you smell. I have my little More Joy and first edition More Joy shirt on, and we're switching up. I got a yawn. Golly, I'm not even tired. Don't know what the yawning is all about. But so Tora, we are going to be embarking on some shows. Ladies and gentlemen, the tour is going to be the host of, and he and his co-host need to get together and decide when they want to do that. And if it goes well, then it will become a more Joy Media production. But I want to make sure it goes well so it looks good. And I'm going to help produce also my friend Tura. Help him to produce a politics show. It's almost 5 o'clock, happy hour time, except for you don't drink, Tura, except for non-alcoholic beer. And you can, is that on sale at happy hour? Do you get those cheaper? I doubt it. Yeah, anyway, maybe you do. I don't know. Are you going out somewhere for happy hour? I don't know. I'd like to go out somewhere for a happy hour, but I don't think I will. I'm going to take my daughter to Staples as soon as we're done with this show. So that's going to be exciting. And then we're going to see what we can talk about. So we'll bring Tura on. Tura, go ahead and hop on, buddy. I'd love it if you would. Okay. All right, Tura. I'm going to see if you can guess a few things. Here we go. We're in the 10 best songs in 2020. The 10 best songs in 2020. So, Tura, I'm yawning again. Tura, come join me. There he is. I hate the taste of beer, whether it's non-alcoholic or alcoholic. Tura.
You know what? Don't do that. Non-alcoholic beer rocks.
Well, that's cool. Then don't ever drink real beer because I think it tastes better. So, Tura, tell me what you think are one of the top 10 songs of 2020.
Of 2020.
Of 2020. I've got the top 10 of 2020. Let me see. Hold on.
Well, you should probably save this for your show tomorrow night, Lee.
Nah. No one in our group's going to know any of the local.
Oh, you never know. Walter might know.
Yeah, maybe. I doubt it. These bands, I've never even heard of these bands. Good Lord.
Well, I'm stumped. I haven't really been following the 2020 trend.
Have you ever heard of 3 Days Grace?
No, I haven't.
You heard of Paradise Lost?
I have not.
That's a band. Those are bands, by the way.
Good to know.
Lil Mosquito Disease?
I have not heard of it, no.
I have heard of 21 Pilots. So, have you ever heard of them?
I haven't heard of that either.
You haven't heard of 21 Pilots? Oh, they're pretty big time. Been for several years. How about Poppy? Do you know that band?
I don't.
Doja Cat?
Nope.
What good are you, Tura? What good are you helping me?
You know what?
Tokyo Rose, Pilot, and Essinger.
No.
Billie Eilish.
Yes, I've heard of Billie Eilish.
No Time to Die.
I've heard of that.
Me too. Okay. How about Wiz Khalifa, Ty Dolla $ign?
Yes.
Waco the Child, and Lil Yachty.
Well, you know his top song is Black and Yellow.
Oh, yeah, that was like 2 years ago, though, buddy.
Based on the Pittsburgh Steelers football team.
Purity Ring.
I've not heard of it, no.
Mac Miller.
Not heard of it, no.
It said R.I.P. Mac. I guess he died.
Oh, wait, yeah, I've heard of Mac Miller, yes.
Did he die?
I don't really know.
Someone wrote R.I.P. Mac. I don't know. How about Haley Williams?
Haley Williams?
Yeah.
No, I have. Oh, yeah, I've heard of Haley Williams. One of her best songs is Airplanes.
Oh, this one's Simmer.
Oh,
this is Simmer.
You just got a comment.
I did. I like comments. My buddy Joseph Phelps. Hi, buddy. Joe. What's up, Joe? That's my boy.
And I was listening to your show, and I agree on your logic that we should do. You should help me produce those 2 shows.
I will.
That is when Pat Malone ever gets back to me as to when he's available.
Yeah, well, let's see here. He's watching. He's watching. Pat, would you like to come on the show? Tura? Uh-oh.
Sorry, my family's coming in. Let me.
All of a sudden, they decide, we want to be on TV. Uh-oh, he just muted everything. Pat Malone, why don't you join us here for our top 10 list? And
I'm
we'll
sure
just have a good old time.
You should send him an invite.
I am right now, buddy. You're so good. Thank you, buddy.
Well, I just want to hop on and say hi, and I'm gonna have to hop off. But
why?
Because I have some work to finish. But I'll see you tomorrow for your. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for your
man.
Your 8 o'clock or your 9 o'clock show tomorrow night.
All right. Let me see if I'm going to see if Amy can jump
on.
Oh,
Pat said he can't either.
Oh, he can't either. Okay. I'm going to send Amy an invite and see if she wants to come join me. All right, Tour. Take care, buddy. I can do it myself. Talk about the top 10 things. The Weeknd, song called Faith. Let's see what else is on here. Purity Ring again, Hollywood Undead, and Lighted, whatever. Let me see here. What else do we have for top 10s? Best albums of all time. Best guitarists of all time. Let's see what they say. This is going to be interesting. Shredders, riff masters, acoustic geniuses, virtuosos, and straight up rockers. They're all here. Check out the top 10 best guitar players ranked based on over 200,000 votes. All right, well, we can do that. Let's go and let's see if we can, maybe my man Bill will jump in here because he's a big guitar player fan. Oh my goodness. Let's go down low. Let's go from 20. How does that sound to everybody? Anybody got some guesses? Throw them up in the comments. If you got guesses as to what's in the top 20. Oh, this is an interesting list because the guy who's number 20 is interesting. Let's go to the videotape. All right. So number 20, ladies and gentlemen, Steven Ciro, or Steve Vai, is an American guitarist, composer, singer, songwriter, and producer, born and raised in Long Island, New York. Stevie Vai. I've never called him Steve Vai. I've always called him Stevie Vai, so I don't know. Keith Richards, number 19. Keith Richards is an English musician, primarily a guitarist, singer, songwriter, best-selling memoirist, and founding member of the rock band The Rolling Stones. I can't get... That's my favorite song from the Rolling Stones. Dave Mustaine. David Scott Dave Mustaine, born September 13, 1961. He's older than me. How about that? Is an American musician, singer, songwriter, actor, author. Mustaine is best known as a pioneer in thrash metal, being the former lead guitarist of Metallica before his dismissal in 1983, leading to finding and becoming the frontman of his own band. Oh, Megadeth. So he's the Megadeth guy. Aha. See, forgive me, folks. I don't know guitars that well. Of course, I know Carlos Santana. He's only number 17. Dude, I love Latin rock or American jazz, whatever you want to call it. It's awesome. So it says Carlos Santana is a Mexican-American musician who first became famous in the late 1960s and early 1970s with his band Santana, which pioneered a fusion of rock and Latin American jazz. Love it. He's awesome. Number 16, ladies and gentlemen, the Blueser. And he rocks with his girl. And what's his girl's name? Dadgummit. What's his girl's name? It's not Viola. It's not Lola. What in the world is B.B. King's? Riley B.B. King was an American blues singer, electric guitarist, songwriter, and record producer. It's an M. It's not Madeline. What is his guitar's name? Oh, darn it. I forgot. Let's see. Let's ask Siri. Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri, what is B.B. King's guitar's name? Lucille. All right. Lucille. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. Next, number 15. I heard this guy's played with a lot of different bands. Jeff Beck. Jeffrey Arnold Jeff Beck is an English rock guitarist. He is one of the 3 noted guitarists to have played with the Yardbirds, and the other 2 being Eric Clapton and Jimmy Page. They played with the Yardbirds. Beck also formed the Jeff Beck Group and Beck, Bogart, and Appice. Jeff Beck, number 15. Number 14 is Mr. Charles Edward Anderson, or Chuck Berry. Was an American guitarist, singer, songwriter, and one of the pioneers of rock and roll music. He died 2017, not too long ago, folks, just 3 years. Number 13, Randy Rhoads. Randy Rhoads was an American heavy metal guitarist who played with Ozzy Osbourne and Quiet Riot. He was killed in a plane crash. Number 12, dun, 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 dun. Angus Young, folks. Angus McKinnon Young is an Australian guitarist of Scottish origin, best known as the co-founder, lead guitarist, songwriter, and sole constant member of the Australian rock band AC/DC. When performing live, he does his own version of Chuck Berry's Duck Walk and has also spun on his side while playing songs accurately. Wow. Angus Young, folks. Number 12. Number 11, Brian May. Brian Harold May is an English musician, singer, songwriter, and astrophysicist, best known as the lead guitarist of the rock band Queen. Someone wrote, people said, greatest guitar player of all time. Next to Hendrix, of course. All right. So, Dimebag Darrell. That sounds like a beautiful name that some family named him. Darrell Lance Abbott, also known as Dimebag Darrell, was an American guitarist and songwriter, best known as founding member of 2 bands, Pantera and Damage Plan. Alongside his brother, Vinnie Paul, Abbott died in 2004 after he was shot by a mentally unstable fan. Too bad. That's number 10, folks. Number 9, Tony Iommi. Anthony Frank Tony Iommi is an English guitarist, singer, songwriter, producer, best known as lead guitarist and founding member of the pioneering heavy metal band Black Sabbath. He has been the band's sole continual member and primary composer. At age 17, he accidentally lost the fingertips of his middle and ring fingers on his right hand and considered giving up music. His boss encouraged him to continue playing by playing a record of the jazz guitarist Django Reinhardt, who became famous even though his fretting hand was limited due to an injury. He carried on and down-tuned his guitar for easier playing, which helped give birth to heavy metal music. Interesting. Black Sabbath. Yeah, dude, if you listen to it backwards, you'll hear Satan. Shut up. No, you won't. All right. Kirk Hammett. Kirk Lee Hammett is the lead guitarist and songwriter of the heavy metal band Metallica, and has been a member of the band since 1983. Before joining Metallica, he founded, formed, and named the band Exodus. Cool. Number 7, one of my other favorite, him and Santana. I'd love to hear them go at it. Stevie Ray Vaughan. Stevie Ray Vaughan, October 3rd until 1990, was an American musician, singer, songwriter, and record producer. In spite of a short-lived mainstream career spanning 7 years, he is widely considered one of the most influential electric guitarists in the history of music. David Gilmour, number 6. David Gilmour is an English singer, songwriter, composer, multi-instrumentalist, and record producer. He joined the progressive band Pink Floyd as guitarist and co-lead vocalist in 1968. Brian May and Jimi Hendrix should be on that list. They are, my brother. Just wait. I'm on there. Okay, here we go. So we're going to continue on. So Pat Malone, Tor Arsala, and Allison Besh Carroll. Oh my God, I love you, Allison. And so let's continue. Number 6, David Gilmour. He was with Pink Floyd. And Slash. I don't know. Saul Hudson, known professionally as Slash, is a British-American musician and songwriter. He's best known as lead guitarist of American hard rock band Guns N' Roses, with whom he achieved worldwide success in the 80s and the 90s. I mean, he had a cool look and everything, and he played okay, I guess. I don't know, but here, it's a good thing this guy's above him. Eric Patrick Clapton, number 4, is an English rock and blues guitarist, singer, and songwriter. He is the only 3-time inductee to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, once as a solo artist and separately as members of the Yardbirds and Cream. He has also been a member of Derek and the Dominoes. Why did I think he was with the Eagles? I'm stupid. That's why. All right, number 3. Oh, my friend Bill Knowles going to be very upset that this guy's not number 1. But he's not. He's number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Van Halen. Edward Ludwig. Eddie Van Halen, or Ludwig, yeah, probably, is a Dutch-American musician, songwriter, and producer. He is best known as the lead guitarist, occasional keyboardist, and co-founder of the hard rock band Van Halen. Someone wrote here. Anyway, yeah, he is amazing. James Patrick Page, Jimmy Page, English musician, Led Zeppelin, folks. He achieved international success as the guitarist and founder of the rock band Led Zeppelin. He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as well. And numero uno, you haven't heard his name, so obviously he's number 1, Mr. Jimi Hendrix, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Jimi James. It just says Jimi Hendrix, born November 27, 1942, died in 1970, was an American rock singer, guitarist, songwriter. Although his mainstream career spanned only 4 years, he is widely regarded as one of the most influential electric guitarists in the history of popular music and one of the most celebrated musicians of the 20th century. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame describes him as arguably the greatest instrumentalist in the history of rock music. Hendrix is consistently ranked on lists of musicians who died too soon. Yeah. And I know somebody that played with him. How about that? Became a very good friend, and then this pandemic hit, and he had to go up to New York before the pandemic hit, and he's stuck there. Anyway, I hope he's well. I have his number. I should call him. Pat Malone, thanks for chiming in. I appreciate you, buddy. Joseph Phelps, I just love it when you chime in and say, hey, you're one of my favorite people of all time. I'll never forget you, buddy. Never, never, never. All right. All right, let's wrap it up for the day. This has been Be Encouraged. I hope that list of rock and roll guitarists kind of perked you up a little bit, made you bring back some fond memories of rocking and rolling out there in the old days when you were young. I will tell you, I'm a little upset that Ace Frehley wasn't on there. So Frehley's Comet. Ace was a pretty good guitarist. Turns out, although Peter Criss, I loved it. He had the biggest drum set. I don't know how good a drummer was. I should look up who the top drummers are. How much time do we have, ladies and gentlemen? We have enough time for me to run through the top 10. Here we go. Top 10 drummers. Here we go. Top 10 drummers. Oh, my God. So right off the bat, I see that there's no way in heck that this is an accurate list. All right. So this is going to give me the 100 greatest drummers of all time. And I will give you the top 10. How about that? Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, God. So 100. Who's number 100? Cindy Blackman. She's with the Lenny Kravitz band. Oh, that's 97. Hold on. Oh, she's 97. Who's number 100? Christian Vander. Christian Vander is number 100. Called Zool. And I don't see what band he was. He said, hold on, by extension, Jones's most famous employer, Magma's Music, was born on a spring day out of my love for John Coltrane and my profound sadness about human inability to comprehend one another. Interesting. All right, so let's go down the list here. And if I see anybody, I'll say real quick what number they were. I've heard of Ralph Molina. Tommy Lee is number 85. Wow. I mean, he did have the big drum. He was a drum set nut job. And I know who number 1 should be, but I don't know if they'll make him number 1 because I don't know that he qualifies as a drummer. Tommy Ramone, number 70. And I'm going through these lists. I see different. Mick Fleetwood, number 60. One of my all-time favorites. Buckingham was praised Fleetwood's instinctive style and tells a story about the distinctive cowbell break the drummer added to the band's first single, Oh Well. Sheila E. Oh, man, she could rock out. Max Weinberg. Max Weinberg, part of Bruce Springsteen's E Street Band. But we're getting closer, folks. I'm going to start. Alex Van Halen, number 51. Load more. That's what we're doing. Loading more. Number 51. Here we go. I want to see the top 10. We're almost out. So oh, there they are. Okay. Sorry. One of the people you may not know is a drummer, folks, is on this list. And he's number 40. Garibaldi, I know him. Billy Cobham. He actually plays on tour. Yes, he's the guy who played, even Prince plays a version of Cobham's Stratus in concert, but Billy Cobham played some of the finest drumming. He played for Genesis on tour, so that's kind of cool. Phil Collins was a drummer, and he, of course, is number 43. Let's see if we go down here. Ramon Fullwood. What band was he with? George Clinton. Nice. Jeff Porcaro, Steve Smith, Fred Blow. Mickey Hart of the Grateful Dead. Member of the Bill Kreutzmann. Oh, Mickey Hart and Bill Kreutzmann. They're both drummers for the Grateful Dead. They put them together. Tony Allen. Wonderful drummer. I know him. I don't know him. I know of him. How about let's do that? Dave Grohl, every instrument you can play, he can play. He was Nirvana's drummer, but he can play everything. Earl Palmer, one of the greatest. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, one of the greatest drummers. Number 25. Why he's that low, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see who's number 10. I know Terry Boswell. Buddy Rich. Self-taught childhood vaudeville star Rich's unrivaled technique and unsurpassed hand speed allowed him to quickly overtake reigning big band drummer Gene Krupa, who dubbed him the greatest drummer ever to have drawn breath. Number 15, folks, Buddy Rich. Awesome. Number 14, yes, this is probably more correct, is Ringo Starr. And there's a picture here of Paul McCartney playing the drums with Ringo playing on the cymbals. Charlie Watts. Oh, my gosh. Keith Richards once said that when the Rolling Stones formed, they couldn't afford drummer Charlie Watts, who was already the rock-steady stickman for Alex Corner's more established Blues Incorporated. But they got him. Stuart Copeland, Benny Benjamin, Al Jackson Jr., number 9. All right, Stuart Copeland's number 10. Al Jackson Jr. was number 9. 1975 is when he died. So Mitch Mitchell Mitch Mitchell. Roger Taylor of Queen praising Mitch Mitchell's fusion of jazz techniques. So Stuart Copeland of The Police has admitted all of this stuff I did that I was rather proud of, I thought I came up with, but no. I got it from Mitch. Mitch played with Jimi Hendrix. Huh. I don't see the other guys I know. Gene Krupa, of course, one of the best. Jamming out. Number 6, Clyde Stubblefield and John Jabbo Starks. They played for... Who did they play for? Oh, of course they did. They played for James Brown. Hal Blaine played with the Ronettes. Neil Peart. He is number 4 for some reason. Unbelievable. Neil Peart, I don't get that. Ginger Baker, gifted with immense talent and cursed with a temper to match. Ginger Baker combined jazz training with a powerful polyrhythmic style in the world's first and best power trio. And Cream. I don't know. Keith Moon is number 2, greatest Keith Moon type drummer in the world, as he described himself. Abhorred the repetition of rote rock drumming, as well as the repetition in life in general. Moon, the inspiration for the Muppets character Animal from The Who, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Keith Moon. John Bonham. Oh my gosh. Led Zeppelin's drummer, John Bonham. Now they still tour, and John Bonham's son plays with them. Well, I had to go look at that really quick, so I don't know. Thought I would do that real fast and see what's going on. We've got more stuff like that. When we don't have a guest, I'm just going to have a good time talking to you guys about different things from the history that might perk you up and make you feel happy. I want to say thank you to Ben Alvarado, Allison Carroll, and Pat Malone and Tura Arsala. Pat Malone said Ringo Starr. Ringo Starr, just because he was part of the biggest band doesn't mean he was that good. He was very whatever. Who was I met Ace Frehley in his later years. I did too, Ben. And then sorry you couldn't jump in today, Pat Malone. That's all right. And who was hot? Ace Frehley? Yeah, Ace Frehley wasn't hot. She was hot. What did I say? What did I say that made him say she was hot? Buddy Rich, Ringo Starr. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at the end of our show. We're over by 3 minutes. My gosh, somebody give me a ticket. Thanks for watching.